The £300,000 cheese heist, that pilfering peculation of fabulous anticipation, or whatever you want to call it, it's nothing short of an absurd high-stakes culinary caper targeting some of Britain's finest artesian cheddars from Neil's Yard's Dairy. And these seasoned fraudsters, who spent months posing as a reputable French distributor, managed to secure 2 tons of Hafod Welsh cheddar, 9 tons of Somerset's Westcombe cheddar, and 12 tons of Pitchfork cheddar, cheeses revered in the gourmet world and selling for up to £45 per kilogram. Their cunning culminated in a daring plan to spirit away this luxury loot of cheddar, possibly even to distant markets in the Middle East or in Russia, where buyers' questions are few and enforcement likely to be scarce. It's a cut-rate cartoon climax, isn't it? Drenched in, if we want long words, long pointless words, a sesquipedalian seizure of cheese. The I When I lived in Russia, when I lived in Russia, I found it really difficult getting a decent cup of tea. It would always be spiced with warm milk, or the tea would be some strange fruit, I found myself saying once in frustration that what I really wanted was skushny chai, boring tea, and that's exactly what I got. I got Tetley's. I was so happy, or Yorkshire tea, and my hosts were rather disappointed that I didn't want something more exotic. I just wanted skushny, boring, and so when I was once in the supermarket, and I was wandering the aisles desperately looking for a bit of cheddar or ribena. There is a Russian drink, a ribena, and it's horrible. It's purple, and it's very bitter. And you can imagine somebody in the 1930s inventing the British version of ribena and deciding, oh, I would give it a Russian name because nobody will ever find out. Rather like C.S. Lewis gave the lion a Turkish name because nobody would ever find out. Whoever goes to Turkey? Well, of course, time goes by, and we all have experience of different languages and different cultures, and all these little literary lies come to haunt us in the end. Anyway, I asked I asked one of the assistants in the store in the supermarket if she knew where there was any skushny sir, boring cheese, and she said to me, "Oh, you mean fakushny, which is tasty?" I said, "No, I really do mean boring, skushny." And so I know that Russian shops struggle to provide decent cheddar, and here is an opportunity for them. They can just steal it. Patrick Holden, the creator of Hafod's Welsh cheddar, is convinced these cheesemongers turned miscreants know well to avoid mainstream markets where any savvy cheese aficionado could easily spot the unique British origins. Artesian cheese communities spanning from North America to Australia, so interconnected, or artisan, sorry. Artesian is not a boring well, it's a boring cheese. Artisan cheese communities spanning from North America to Australia, so interconnected that the rogue cheddar, I'm a rogue cheddar, would immediately raise red flags among distributors and enthusiasts alike. I'm crawling with red flags. And the cunningly organised cheese syndicate then is likely to hawk their product at unregulated markets, capitalising on the distance from watchful dairy connoisseurs and from law enforcement. But I hope Steve Rosenberg will enjoy a little piece of ripe, boring cheese in his local supermarket. This episode isn't merely Britain's answer to Gourmet's Ocean's 11. It underscores the vulnerability of small producers. Internationally, fraudulent schemes targeting niche artisans appear on the rise, as noted by Celia Garmenia Torres, a Spanish cheesemaker who lamented how imposters are exploiting honest vendors by masquerading as distributors only to vanish without payment. Yet the story's surreal twist intensifies with the bumbling initial response of the Metropolitan Police. Sarah Stewart of Neal's Yard Dairy reported her complaints initially echoed into a void. Only when a colleague marched into the local station did the wheels of investigation begin to turn, securing them a detective to chase down the health certificates, cross-border paperwork and communications now lying in police hands. Tom Carver, head of Westcombe Dairy, appeals to global cheese circles to stay alert, particularly for any cheap cloth-bound raw milk cheddar floating around. And again, rather like trying to get an ambulance, trying to get a policeman to actually take something seriously is impossible in Britain at the moment. Trying to get some sort of I got a clean bill of health yesterday from my cancer 3 months after my crisis. 3 months. And, should we be grateful for small victories? I suppose we should. This tale of gourmet crime isn't just farcical, it's indicative of a culinary black market, potentially poised to send Britain's best cheddar on a shadowy journey across its borders. Meanwhile, artisan cheesemakers, innocent bystanders, cheese aficionados, everywhere wait with bated breath to see if those fraudsters with pungent spoils are ever brought to justice.